Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today again is this advent calendar of beautiful fragrances. I will be opening day 8 for you. I will be giving you a review on yesterday's fragrance. I wore it yesterday, so if you want to know the review of yesterday's fragrance and see what beautiful little gem of a fragrance is in here, then keep watching. Okay. As always, I'm going to say this in the beginning of every video, this is an advent calendar. I open one a day, which means generally my recording schedule is Monday through Fridays, and on the weekends I will do one if I feel ambitious and like I really miss you guys and I want to talk to you. But with this advent calendar here, I will do one video a day of this advent calendar, which means Monday through Friday I will probably have 2 videos up. Generally, the advent calendar is a little bit later in the evening just because I think it's a little bit more appropriate. So, subscribe if you're interested in perfume and fragrance and you want to know what's in this beautiful calendar. Now, Micallef is a niche fragrance house. They've been around since 1996. I have had no experience with them minus briefly sampling them, like spritzing it on and then walking around, like in a store, ever. And I don't even remember what store it was. I just remember being familiar with the name of this brand, and I forget which fragrance it was, but it was one of their older ones, like one of their earlier ones. Anyway, every time I open one of these guys, it is a new experience, so you get a first impressions. You will let me know. I will let you know what I think initially, what I like. I'll talk about the notes. If there's anything special about the fragrance, I will let you know. But then what I will do is the previous day's fragrance I wear this all day. Like today I'm wearing yesterday's fragrance, and I will give you a mini review. Now I will give you my mini review wearing the fragrances once, just my general impressions, the longevity, if it has sillage, if I like it, if it changes, if it opens differently than the initial experience I got when I first smelled it. So obviously, this video is going to be a 2-parter. Obviously, the first part is opening this, and the second part is the review. I kind of wanted to touch base on that because I kind of just briefly go into it, but since we're on day 8, I figured I'd kind of go a little bit more in depth as to what this video is if you're watching and just turning in today. Now, these fragrances are beautiful so far. So far, I have not experienced one fragrance that I didn't like, so I'm really excited to continue with this series. So let me stop babbling like a fool. Now let's get into what you're really here for, which is the perfume. This is day 8. And every time these bottles, like, I love the fact that they're in these little bottles. This is a very generous advent calendar. These are not cheap perfumes at all, and just the amount that you get for the price that you paid for this, like this was like $95, and there's way more than $95 perfume in here. So I am really happy I was able to get this. I know it sold out really quickly, so I'm really happy. But this is Micallef, and this is Kawa. I'm going to make sure, I'm going to see if I know the proper way to pronounce this, and I'm going to get the notes for you, and I need to put this down so I don't drop it, so I'll be right back. Okay, this one is pretty interesting. This is Akawa, or Akawa, can't pronounce it, can't pronounce anything. That's why I get so many dislikes, it's okay. This was launched in 2015, I believe it is a masculine fragrance. I get very masculine vibes from this. This smells so different than anything else I have ever experienced. It is like, okay, so I get amber, cocoa, orange, I think white musk, and vetiver. I think it's vetiver. I always pronounce it wrong. This reminds me of, I forget which fragrance it was from Cindy's Labs that I really liked. I don't think it was Forget Me Not. It might have been Synth. So good. This is very sexy, a little spicy. The cocoa in this kind of makes it smell like there's incense in this. I don't know if there is. But the cocoa and the orange and the amber play really nicely with the white musk and the vetiver. And then the orange blossom just kind of brightens it up a little bit. It's really unique, very distinctive. I love this one. We'll definitely be wearing the crap out of this one. So yeah. So far, so good for this little guy. Alright, so the fragrance that I wore yesterday was Jewel for Him, and that was a masculine one, so we got 2 masculine in a row, which I'm really excited for. That one was this peppery citrus, which just had this underlying deepness to it, which was really, really good. Yesterday's fragrance was Jewel for Him, which to me was a mix of citruses and woods with a little bit of pepper. It was really, really nice. So the one I wore yesterday, which was day 7's fragrance, was Jewel for Him, which was another masculine fragrance, which is really, really nice. It was a mix of like these woods and peppers and citrus. It was really, really nice. Initially, when I first experienced it, I thought it was a little bit heavy for daytime for me. Again, like I said in that video, I'm not gonna make any recommendations for when men can wear their fragrances. They are the experts on that. I definitely am not. So when I responded with when I thought it would be, obviously I was using myself as an example, so do keep that in mind. But for me, initially I thought it would be too heavy for the morning, but actually, like, when I applied it on my skin, after about 15 to 20 minutes, the pepper just kind of started to gentle down. It was still there, very apparent, but the citrus kind of really just sung on my skin. Like, it was really pronounced. It was really apparent that this was a citrus fragrance for me. Again, that just could be how my skin reacted to the fragrance. So the first thing I got was the grapefruit, and then I got the wood and the pepper, and everything just played really nicely. So I think for me, when I wear this, because I will definitely wear that again, it's going to be a kind of like daytime, late afternoon. I still think it's a little bit too heavy for early morning. Sometimes, depending on what I do, I'll apply perfume at like 9 o'clock in the morning, or I'll wait before I go out, which is around 2 or 3. I think this would be one of the fragrances I would wait till around 2 or 3 to wear, but it is really beautiful. It had excellent longevity on my skin. Again, I live in South Florida. It's humid and hot. Fragrances generally don't last that long on me, so the fact that it lasted several hours was pretty good, and it was just really, really beautiful. It's just this sexy masculine flavor, and again, I call perfumes flavors. This sexy masculine scent that just is just really appealing to anybody. I think it'd be hard to find anybody who didn't at least like it. I mean, some people might not be wowed by it. I mean, I was wowed by it, but I think it would be hard for someone to be adverse to it. Like, it was really good. Again, that's my personal opinion, and obviously take it with a grain of salt, but it was really nice, and I really, really enjoyed wearing it. Okay, that is day 8's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you want to see any more in-depth reviews on any of these fragrances, let me know. I generally, when I do a full-blown review on fragrances, I want to wear them for at least a week. Just because I want to give the fragrances the due respect that they deserve. I don't want to just spray this on and be like, I like this, I don't like this. That's why these are mini reviews, and I'm giving you kind of like my second impressions of them. These size bottles give me more than enough fragrance to wear it enough to give you a decent review. And after this advent calendar, if I decide, or not if, the ones I decide, because there's already 2 that I'm buying, I will let you know which ones I purchased and why. So if you're interested in seeing more of these, again, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to like this video if you like content like this. I'd be more than happy to find different things like this to do throughout the year if this is something you're interested in. As always, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever, and I will see you tomorrow with another one of these little bad boys.